You're listening to the Social U podcast, sponsored by Social University. Be sure to follow us on our socials listed in the show notes. Now, let's dive in. I'm Becky Johnson.
And I'm Laura Black.
And this is the Social U podcast. This week, we are talking about memes. Memes, GIFs, funny videos, things that maybe have been viral and a lot of people are familiar with. Maybe this is the first time you're hearing about them. But when I first started realizing that things could go viral on the internet, it was that video, The Evolution of Dance. I'm sure you've seen it. It's like back in the day with the dances, and it goes all the way up to what was then present day. And everybody loved it because everybody from every generation saw something that they related to, and it just went crazy viral. Like everybody saw it. I wonder what happened to that guy. I wonder what he's doing now.
And you could just watch, and it was so fascinating to just sit there. And I mean, I'm sure I watched it more than once. I'm sure a lot of people did.
Oh, and you showed it to all your friends.
Mm-hmm.
And so that got me thinking, what are some of the memes and GIFs and things that have really stuck with us? So what is your first one?
Let's see. I was just thinking of things that stick with me and things that we repeat at our house, even not online. You know I do a lot. That awkward little girl with the disgusted look.
Oh, yes.
She's got such attitude, and it just is funny. Like, I was talking to somebody the other day, and I was like, oh, this is a perfect spot for, and do that funny look.
She is the side eye of all side eyes.
And she's really kind of cute. I hope she's not really a big brat in real life, but she's probably 20 now, right?
I've seen pictures of her, like, currently, and they'll have her making that same face, and it's really funny.
Oh my goodness, how funny is that? But that one, I have 3 or 4 that really stick out to me. But then, just thinking there's so many that are so good.
Yeah, I put like 10 on my list because I couldn't help myself.
Mm-hmm.
One of the ones that my children and I share a lot with each other is the SpongeBob getting out of the chair. It's like, all right, I'm gonna head out. Anytime things start getting weird or awkward, it's like, all right, I'm gonna head out.
So SpongeBob has become so iconic, and I'd never watched it. My kids didn't watch it. But man, what a simple, silly little thing that has become so iconic, and it transcends across a lot of situations, I guess. And it's really some funny little one-liners in there. It makes me want to go back and watch it now. Like, what else am I missing here?
It is pretty funny. Everybody has a Patrick and a Squidward in their life, so I feel like it's very relatable.
Right.
Going along with like the famous characters, like children's characters, there's also the Kermit the Frog sipping the tea.
Yes.
And it's like, it's none of my business,
Yeah, but.
And I just think it's so funny because anytime I think about somebody like spilling the tea or the tea, I always think about Kermit drinking.
Kermit with the Lipton bag.
He's the one with the real tea.
No kidding. And especially us Gen X people. I mean, we grew up on the Muppets. We love the Muppets. And I mean, I kind of miss them. Yeah, it really resonates with a lot of us.
Hey, Miss Piggy was my first ever chubby girl representation. So
I mean,
she was the beautiful one from the show. So.
She was the best. I loved how sassy she was and how she always looked so cute, So another one that hits me is the Dos Equis guy. That refined man sitting there, and I don't always do this, but when I do, it's this. Like I saw one yesterday that was, I don't always eat at McDonald's, but when I do, I'm loving it. Just there's so many ways that can go too, and I just think that's funny.
I like the one that's the little dog sitting in the apartment that's on fire, and he's just saying, "This is fine."
It's fine.
And I'm like, I have felt like that a lot of times.
I know, right? What about the little, I think it's a golden retriever that's like going, pew, 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 pew. I don't know why. That is so funny to me. But I don't even honestly remember the whole gist around the whole thing. But that little golden retriever is so cute.
Yeah, I think it's, animals are just cute. And if you can put them in your meme, it's going to be a good meme.
Yeah, absolutely. Totally agree. It's like this one is probably one of my really favorites, and it's snarky, but it's funny. And it's the woman yelling at the cat.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I think it's one of the Housewives of Beverly Hills. yelling
she's
at
like
the cat.
screaming, and the cat's just sitting there with that face.
I love that so much. Like, get over it. Any little situation where you see that alter just cracks me up.
I love the ones where she's saying something and then he's saying it like Southern. She's like staying over, and then the cat is like spending the night, and it's one word.
Spending the night. Yep. That's good. That's really good. I love that when people take these memes and they twist them and just different ways. I don't mean like darkly, just they twist them different ways, and you can see the humor that people are coming up with. And it's just so fun. And it's a fun part of social. I mean, I know they get twisted the wrong way, but that's one fun side of social media that I'm really glad that we have. It's just the fun twists.
Yeah, that is so true. I like that the picture is the thing. It's not what's written on it, because you can put whatever you want on it. There's actually that meme generator website where you can go and pick a famous meme picture and you just put your own caption on it. And that is what makes it universal, I feel like.
That thing's so fun.
My next one is a video, and it's the little girl that her mom wants to help her with her seatbelt. And she said, "What about yourself?"
Yes.
What about yourself? What about yourself?
She's so cute. I want to do it. You worry about you.
So I send that to people all the time. My teenage children trying to get in my business, I'm like, what about yourself?
Yes, perfect. It's so cute too. It's perfect. Oh my goodness, it's so cute. Yeah, the kid ones, it's like kids and animals are both really funny, and like kids and animals both do hilarious things. Have you seen the little? It's a little video going around, and it's the little Scottish girl, or I don't know, she might not be Scottish, she's British or something, and it's around Elf on the Shelf time, and the Elf on the Shelf has drawn on her face. And she's like, they're laughing, and she's like, "It's not funny. I've got screwed." You know, that one, we quote that one all the time too. Have you seen that?
I have. Her little accent. I don't know if it's the same kid or a different kid, but there's one too with that same little accent where they're talking about being in the caravan and having messages. And it's like so cute. I can't even do it because mine sounded British, but hers sounded Scottish, and I can't do Scottish.
Yeah, I'm not good with knowing where accents come from, but man, she is so cute. And I mean, she is just devastated. But we quote that all the time, especially during the school year. Can't have school.
Can't have school.
Yeah.
So Duck said it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So two that I end up sending to, most of these go to my teenagers apparently. Prince doing the head shake like he's very disappointed. He's got a big afro and he's sitting in the chair and he's just like shaking his head. That is my go-to GIF for I'm disappointed. And listen, if you say GIF, you might be technically correct, but you don't sound right.
My daughter and I argue about that all the time. It's GIF. No, it's GIF. No, it's GIF. And
the creator says GIF, but the creator also named it with the first word. The G stands for graphic. So, like, why would that be a soft G instead of a hard G if it's graphic? It's GIF.
Right.
You can be wrong if you want to be, but
that's right. It's tomato. Get over it, right?
And then the other one that I send to my kids all the time is the one. It's a fairly recent one, and people put things on it like when I tell my kid you were supposed to clean your room, or when I tell my kid this or that, and it's Donald Trump saying, "Oh, really? That's news to me. That's the first I've heard of that." You know, and I'm like, that is so my kids. Oh, really? Oh, that's news to me. That's the first I've heard of it.
That's great. I love that. Oh my goodness, I love that. I live in one of those neighborhoods that there's a lot of drama. I think every neighborhood has a lot of drama. And when you have a group chat, we may or may not have a Facebook group chat. It's reality show worthy on a constant basis. I try never to post because it's so ridiculous. Very often we see Michael Jackson eating popcorn.
Oh, yeah.
You know, going back and forth because people are so extreme on their opinions. And it's like, it's a speed bump. It's not a speed bump. It's a speed bump, you know, and you're just like, oh, dear Lord, can we move on from this? You know, or just the people griping about little first world problems. And it's just funny, but I love that meme. I just think it's great.
In my chat that I have with some of my girlfriends, we like to use, there's a couple, the more you know, from like the 80s, the more you know.
Yes.
We use that one. And there's one that says disappointed, but not surprised.
I think I need both of those. I could use those often.
I feel like the more you know one is really good for our generation because we immediately have it in our head. Like we know what that is.
Oh, yeah. There's so many little ones. And it's funny, like thinking about this topic, I kept thinking about commercials, like old commercials that still stick with me. And I mean, I guess that was the precursor to the meme. No, I don't know. There were so many things that this clever advertising that just sticks with you. And these a lot are just people being humorous and people being funny, and they've really stuck around. It's so fun.
We need to do one for work that is one of those that's like we all have that one friend and it's all of us looking really normal and then one of us just like doing something totally weird.
Yes. Oh, yes.
We all have that one friend.
We should do it and like really, really shock people. It's not who you expect. Yeah.
It's not who you expect. It's Michaela. Oh, I feel like she seems like really, really normal. Even on our TikToks and stuff where she's dancing and being silly, she still looks like she's really normal. And I feel like none of us are really normal.
No. I mean, look at what we have to do.
Really good at hiding the fact that she's not normal.
Yeah, no kidding. Oh, how about Chuck Norris stuff? Any Chuck Norris always is. Although my kids have a friend and she was like, "Who's Chuck Norris?" I was like, "Oh, that's sacrilege."
Who's Chuck Norris?
Any Chuck Norris meme. I love those too.
He immediately showed up and strangled her when that happened.
Right.
Have you seen the one that's the blonde girl? And it's two pictures. And the first one, she looks like she's saying like no. And then the next one, she's like, well, maybe. And she's making like, face. I love that one. Maybe in the show notes, we can put some of these. I don't know if we can do that, but if we can, we will do that.
That'd be fun. That'd be really fun.
Because I feel like when I explain it, a lot of people are not going to have any idea what I'm talking about.
Yeah, it'd be nice to have a visual. Yeah, that'd be a good idea. So, you know what I think is the original viral meme, I guess, or it was like the grandmother of them. The dancing baby in the 90s. You remember that? It was so awkward and so weird.
Yeah, it creeped me out.
But I mean, I probably watched it 100 times. It was so, I don't know, interesting. And actually, I did find some information on it. And they really do feel like it was the first one. And that's the earliest one I can remember. And it was designed by this guy in 1996 to prove that motion could be effectively programmed on the computer. And then a LucasArts designer turned it into what it was. I mean, it's pretty cool. It really went viral.
It's like, here's some early CGI to have that uncanny valley effect and make you feel a little unsettled.
Yeah. And from the minds of LucasArts, who, I mean, Star Wars, anyone? That's just an amazing franchise. So that's pretty cool.
Yes. And apparently from Ally McBeal.
Oh, yeah. Yep. There's a connection to that, too.
I sent you one in our text the other day that was the cat. It's just that big chubby cat going, huh.
Yeah.
I like that one when I'm confused about something. I like to send that to people when I'm confused and just be like, huh.
Yeah.
Because that's what I feel like I look like.
I feel like that often. And what about Grumpy Cat? I mean, he's pretty funny.
So when Brooks was a baby, he had a onesie that had Grumpy Cat's picture on it and it said, "Put me down."
Did he always want to be put down?
No, I just thought that was hilarious. He always wanted to be picked up.
That's funny. Yeah, I had one of those.
But I didn't want everybody holding my baby, so I got him that.
My first one was like Social Church Baby. I hardly ever knew where she was. And then the second one, nope, complete opposite. I always knew where he was. I still always know where he is.
When Brooks was a baby, like he had so many clothes that were gifted to us at his baby shower and stuff. That Grumpy Cat onesie is literally like one of the only things I bought for him when he was little, clothes-wise.
That's awesome. That's so nice. What about Rick rolling? All the memes with the Rick rolling with what's his name, Rick Astley?
Yes.
That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny. Even the kids who have no idea even who he is, they know what Rick rolling is. Crosses generations.
Speaking of my 10-year-old, he is constantly Rick rolling us. He will send you what looks like a normal video, and then the next thing you know, you're getting Rick rolled.
That bait and switch.
Yes. And he thinks it's so hilarious. Yeah, another one I have, and if you look this one up online, it's just called Confused Black Girl. Mm-hmm. And it's the girl that's got her hand out in front of her, and she's like sticking her head out like, excuse me, what? Like, that's what she looks like.
Oh, yeah. I just looked her up really quick. Yes, absolutely.
Anytime we're in the group chat and I don't understand what people are talking about, I really like to use that one because it looks so accurate to what I'm feeling in my head. It's just like, what? You know?
Yes, I feel that often. We'll get it.
I've only got two more.
Okay, hit me.
I have one that says when your friend is about to do something stupid, but you kind of want to see it, and it's a green stop sign.
Okay, I like that one. I need to use that one. There's some that I haven't seen, and I love that. That's great.
My last one is that all the things that have been done with the Harry Potter scene before I make my move. And then the end of it is like, not me, not Hermione, you. People have done so many funny things with that, and it is so funny to me.
Harry Potter is so legend. I mean, I love it.
Last week we talked about James and Yasmin. They have a really funny Harry Potter dance to that, so you should go check them out and watch it because it's really funny.
Oh, I love it. Anything Harry Potter. That's such a genius series of stories. What about this is my last one, is Trump's mugshot, how it's been used for everything from any political angle, any side, regardless of how you feel about Trump, there is something funny about that. And I mean, I love how it's spun every which way but loose.
I want to bring Caryn in, but I just want to say that is going to flow really nicely into our social media this week.
I mean, I do what I can.
So Caryn, favorite memes, GIFs of all time, videos, all the things.
Yeah, that Ally McBeal baby was a big deal.
See, I forgot that it was Ally McBeal. I remember seeing it on the computer more than her. I know it was, but.
Yeah, but that nobody had done anything like that show before where your intrusive thoughts showed up on screen. It's very groundbreaking.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And it got funnier the longer it ran. So what are some of my favorites, or what are some of the most popular ones?
Your favorites.
Well, of course, one of my most favorite things of all time is Schitt's Creek, where David goes, "That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard." And the other one where he says, "I've never heard so many wrong things consecutively in a row."
I've never seen that show, but I have been told that I would really like it. And just from the GIFs I've seen, I think that is true.
Throwing back to some of the originals, one of my favorites of all time is the little girl standing in front of the house that's burning down.
Oh, yeah. I like that one.
Classic.
I like the one about the spider was in the house, so they torched it, you know?
Yeah.
The other one is the little girl in the car seat or stroller. She's blonde and she's going, "Ew."
Yeah, that was my first one. Yes, that's exactly.
Love that. Love that. And I also use Dr. Evil a lot because it's the only meme I know that you actually hear in your head where they go, "Right."
That's true.
Because I say that a lot, and that's exactly how I'm saying it. I'm going, right. Also, because I'm a big Supernatural fan.
No.
That's shocking.
I have two Supernatural ones that I use quite often. One of them is Sam and Dean are standing and they're going, where they're
for those of you that can't see her, she is doing her thumb across her neck like,
"Gonna kill you." Yeah. They're threatening somebody. One of my and I use it a lot. I also use the one where he goes, "Good for you." I use that a lot.
My favorite Dean Winchester GIF is the one that says, "I think I'm adorable."
Yes.
Well,
I use that one a lot because I think I'm adorable.
And of course, one that's popular right now that I also is, "Ooh, brother."
What is that from?
It's from an interview.
I need to look that up because I hear that all the time, and I think it's so funny, but I have no idea what it is.
And that's about it. I mean, I'm a creature of habit. I tend to use the same stuff over and over. Probably the next most popular Schitt's Creek meme would be, "It's deductible. You just write it off."
Yeah, I'm gonna have to watch that show.
It's hilarious. But yeah, and of course, a lot of the stuff I tend to gravitate towards videos instead of images or GIFs.
If you want to name a video, you can. We did name a couple of videos. Yeah, I talked about the girl that was like, "What about yourself?"
Oh, yeah. I say that actually quite a lot. If you guys are 30 Rock fans, I use the one with Liz Lemon rolling her eyes a lot. And the one where Alec Baldwin says, it's after, she's like, "Why are you in a tuxedo?" And he says, "It's after 6. When am I a farmer?"
Oh, that's good. I haven't seen that either.
30 Rock has got so much relatable stuff in it. It's hard to overlook.
I feel like there's a lot of Friends ones that are really amazing.
Oh, yeah. Pivot is probably used.
Yes. And we were on a break. Yeah.
During COVID, we were like, "Pivot."
Right?
Pivot.
And the one where Jennifer Aniston goes, "Oh, good for you."
Yeah. It's such a great show.
Laura talked about Trump's mugshot, and this week in social media, we've seen another mugshot, and that was Justin Timberlake.
Oh, yeah.
Justin Timberlake got arrested for DWI He said that he had one martini, though if you look at his mugshot, his eyes tell a different story. 3 times he refused a breathalyzer, which if you've only had one martini, why you would refuse a breathalyzer, I don't know.
Oh, boy.
But this is another way he has disappointed his wife and ended up on the news.
You have some explaining to do.
I just wanted to talk about how crazy it is to be a famous person and have everything in your life on the internet. Because if I got arrested for driving under the influence today, the only people that would know about it are people that I told about it. But when you're Justin Timberlake, the entire world knows, and your mugshot is on every social media site that exists.
Yep.
And that's gotta suck. I mean,
it really does.
The millions of dollars that he makes, I feel like outweighs the loss of privacy to me. But still, that's gotta suck.
I mean, you got to know when you're getting into that business that you are going to be in a microscope. I mean, that's just how it is. But it still really stinks because one little, we're all human. We all make mistakes. And to be under that kind of scrutiny has to be tremendous pressure.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of money. I mean, and I know none of us are advocating for that drunk driving and all that, but he just, you got to watch what you're doing.
One of the cringiest celebrities that was pulled over was Reese Witherspoon saying, "Do you know who I am?"
That's so disappointing.
Oh, that's a bad look.
And just the thought of the ones that think they're above the law because of who they are. You're at the end of the day, you are still a person. You're still a citizen. You have the same laws that I have.
Yeah, when it's like, don't you know who I am? It's like, yes, it's going to be really cool to tell people the story of how I arrested you.
I know. That's going to be my party trick for a long time.
So Sippin Social Tea this week is a good one. I say that every week, I feel like, but it's because they're all good ones.
They really are. They have zingers one after another.
We should live tweet this upcoming event. My boss. That sounds good. Let's plan out all the tweets for the event in a Word doc, and then I'll give my approval. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, live tweeting does not involve Word doc and approval, except approval to live tweet.
Oh, I thought of another one. Is it too late for me to have another one?
No, you go right ahead.
Also, Schitt's Creek, where he goes, that's a hard pass.
Yeah, very applicable.
But yes, Becky, if you're going to live tweet, you can have an idea of what you want to capture during the event, but that's not something you put in a document and send for approval while you're in the middle of an event.
No, you either trust your people or you don't trust your people. Come on.
Yeah.
And the way that I read this is that they wanted a document before the event of all the things that they were going to live tweet. Which, how would you even know that? Because the point of live tweeting is to comment on things that are happening currently.
Yeah. Yep. And you notice how we refer to it as tweeting and not Xing?
Because Xing sounds inappropriate. Okay.
It does. It really does. Yeah.
Are you the one that sent me that thing about Costco?
Yeah.
Costco building like tiny studio apartments above the Costco because they can get around a whole bunch of the like building requirements that are so expensive.
Oh, that's interesting.
They're building a Costco, not an apartment building, because it's only so much percent of the building. Mm-hmm. And so they're able to offer like really cheap housing above the Costco. And then bonus, you live above Costco.
I mean, score.
Right. It's like, I need more toothpaste. Christian, go downstairs and get some.
Just go together with your neighbors.
And get us 28 tubes of it.
I know, right? Yeah. Yeah, my husband goes to Costco and he stockpiles toilet paper. So we have like those, I think it's a remnant from 2020, and we couldn't find any. So we have like 2 or 3 bulk packs at a time. Like if you need some, I got you.
Oh, the Costco here will only let you buy one at a time.
He only buys one at a time, but we collect them apparently.
In our house, we literally go through more than one roll of toilet paper a day.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my gosh. I get my toilet paper.
Part of that is that my kids don't know how much toilet paper to use, but part of that is that 10 people live here.
Well, yeah.
I get my toilet paper from Who Gives a Crap.
That's so funny.
We should put a link to them in the show notes.
I love them. I started during the pandemic because you just couldn't find it anywhere and it was easy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I like it so much. I maintain it. I like it. Yeah.
So are y'all ready for the social media hotline?
Yeah.
Hi. Mm-hmm. Okay, so your business caters to kids 18 to 22, and you're only on Facebook. Okay, well, that's a problem. You want to talk to a younger audience, you have to be on a younger platform. You call me back when you're on YouTube and TikTok. Okay, bye-bye.
I mean, truth.
Yeah. Now, if you're trying to sell to those kids' parents or grandparents, then you're in the right spot. And those kids, a lot of them are on Facebook, but that's not where they hang out. Yeah. They're not on Facebook to be entertained, which is where they're going to spend all their time.
I mean, Facebook's becoming the yellow pages of the world.
Yeah, it really is. Yeah.
I'm just wondering how long it will take before Facebook is MySpace. Because I feel like we're on that trajectory, but Facebook is such a behemoth that it won't be a quick thing. But I feel like eventually Facebook will go the way of MySpace. When MySpace was the big thing, I was on MySpace and I loved MySpace. And then somebody told me about Facebook and I went and looked at Facebook. And I remember thinking, this looks so generic and so boring. It's just like white and blue and you can't decorate it with your own background and your top page.
That's exactly,
yeah.
But then I joined it because my friends talked me into it because I was a theater nerd and they had posted a bunch of theater pictures that I was in on Facebook. And to see them, I had to join Facebook. But I never thought it was as cool as MySpace.
So I never did MySpace. I never even jumped on that bandwagon. I feel like I looked at it and was like, I'm overwhelmed with this. I don't want to make all these decisions. I don't want to do it. So that makes perfect sense with our personalities because you're more unicorny and I'm more boring. And so that really appealed to me. Like LinkedIn appeals to me. I'm not going to lie.
We all learned HTML so we could fix up our MySpace. We all were web designers so that we could personalize our MySpace.
Right. And I learned it to have my own little blog that I never kept up with, but
I was on LinkedIn. Everything I did was on LinkedIn. And I had a local client say, can you help me on Facebook? And I said, sure.
Of course.
I had no idea what I was doing. Had to go learn it. But yeah, I learned it.
Here's a question. Do y'all remember GeoCities?
Ooh.
I had a GeoCities website. It was like Blogger before Blogger. You could get a GeoCities website and just put whatever you wanted on it. And I can't even remember what I had on mine, but I remember having a GeoCities website and being like, I have a website.
That's awesome. I know it, right?
It's the 90s and I have a website. I am so cool.
I was at Auburn for a while, went to Auburn, and one of our classes, we had to do HTML and put something out there and all that. And it was so fun, but it was so foreign, to me. And now it's no biggie. Well, join us next week. You never know what we're going to be talking about. We'll try to make it fun. See you then.
Thanks for listening to the Social U podcast, sponsored by Social University. We'll see you next week.